No.
Okay.
Hi, baby. How's school?
Good.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have a good day?
Yeah.
Good.
So I walked in and she said, "Hi, our computer system's down. You're gonna have to sign her out on paper today."
Hi guys, it's that time of the week. Are you ready? It is training day. Another weekly video here for you, and today we're going to be talking about the launch of our brand new catalog. That's right, it's here finally. We are all excited, so let's dig into the meat. Ready, set, let's go. Hi all, it is Jacqui Duran. Another week, another amazing training. Well, I hope it's amazing. This week I wanted to jump on very briefly and just kind of touch base. We have officially dropped the brand new fall winter catalog. I don't know about you guys, but I have received a ton of positive feedback with this catalog. So I thought I would share the mail outs that I completed over this past weekend. Now, apart with being a working mom and taking care of the house and everything else that life throws at us, I have this lovely chronic disease. So I have a lot of chronic pain. I have flare-ups and things like that. And over this past weekend, I did have a pretty bad one. And so I was down for the count for a handful of days, and then I'm still somewhat down for the count because it's actually in my lung now, so it makes it very hard to breathe, very hard to just function, like get up and move around. So I've been resting a lot over the course of the last few days, and I guess when I rest like this and I have those moments, you know, it's very hard for me because I have one of those minds that has like 1,000 tabs open all at once. Or you guys, anything like that? Where when I sit down, all I can do is think about, I could be doing this, this, and this, and I need to be doing this, this, and this, and oh my gosh, I forgot about that. And it's just insanely crazy. So it's very hard for somebody like me who wants to get up and who wants to go get the dishes done and who wants to get the laundry done and run the vacuum and just go out and play with my daughter, but unfortunately I can't breathe very well. So I guess it's good and bad because it's given me a little bit more time to kind of sit down and do some needed computer work and clean up, just like of files and things like that, and getting ready for the new season. But yeah, it's very frustrating. So I mean, for those of you who maybe go through something similar, or have family members or anything like that, or even, you know, small children, you know, there's stuff that you may not just be able to get out and do when you want to do it, or get up and do when you want to do it. Because right now for me, just moving around the house, I get very out of breath. I'm very fatigued, and I have to sit and kind of rest because I just don't have that lung capacity at the moment. But I'm trying to think of ways that I can make the most out of that. So I wanted to share that with you guys to kind of show that, you know, we all go through struggles. Life comes at us in all forms. And especially, I mean, I have to consider myself pretty blessed and lucky that I still have a home and a roof over my head and utilities and everything else, because I know that you guys have heard and seen the images if you're not directly affected by it, but everything that happened with Hurricane Harvey. So our hearts have been in Texas. Now our hearts are with the people who are going to be affected by Hurricane Irma. You know, looking at it in that type of a light, it really truly makes you reflect a little bit differently. You know, right now I can't really breathe and I can't really get up and do too much, but I am completely blessed, right? I still have my home. I still have my family. I didn't have to evacuate. I don't have to replace everything on my home, including my car. Oh my gosh, you guys. It's just trying to put it in perspective like that is definitely something that I think we all need to take a moment to do. So I encourage you all, this is my shameless plug, to reach out to the people affected if you can. Even a $5 donation to the American Red Cross would be very helpful. I do always try and tell my friends, and you guys are my friends and my family, you know, always make sure when you're doing donations or things like that, that you're doing it with a reputable company. Because I know that unfortunately there are people in this world who will take advantage of situations like these, and sometimes the funds don't actually get allocated to where they're supposed to go. So if you are donating, if you are sending items, whether it's money, whether it's in the form of clothes or diapers, people, just think of it, you know, make sure that it's getting to people who are truly in it for the relief effort. So, you know, I encourage everybody to try and do what they can. Every little bit helps. So I have to say that, you know, even though my situation isn't ideal, I am blessed. So you kind of got to look at it in a different way sometimes. But in looking at things in a different way, I, of course, over, like I said, the course of the last week, I guess, as I've just been kind of confined to recovery at the moment and trying to get through this flare, I was like, you know what, I can still at least get mail outs together, and I can at least do, you know, emails, and I can at least do a little bit of cleanup work on my files and on my team page, things like that, right? That normally in the chaos of a work week, I probably wouldn't be able to do. So I was trying to take advantage of the moments when I can. So one thing that I always like to tell you guys is to work your business smarter and not harder. I usually every month will take, usually it happens to be a Saturday, sometimes a Sunday, when I'm home, and I will take that time once a month to make like one big batch of samples, and that's when I do my molds, because that takes the most time. So try and just do it all in one big group, right? So I'm trying to get the most out of my time, basically. So I'm going to share with you guys my mail outs that are currently going out and are being handed out. So this is what I have done. I have taken a showcase brochure, unfold it here, a showcase brochure, and I've just simply folded it in half. Of course, on the inside, I've got my harvest brochure, and I've got a Scentsy Go flyer. So I've got that in this little packet. So what I did is I just folded it. I'm just sliding those in. And then on the front here is a little Ziploc bag, or it's one of the mini zip bags that you can get from the Scentsy family store. And you can see it's a good sized bag. So in there, what I've done, and these are my extras, so I'll just pull it out so I don't have to open that envelope there, is I did molds, and I took 3 scents for the fall and winter. They happen to be 3 of my favorite scents. So I made a big batch of sea salt and avocado. So there's that sample. I did one of caramel vanilla delight. Yummy, just makes you hungry. And then I did cider mill. Oh my gosh, you guys, I adore cider mill. Oh, I love it. So anyway, I did all 3 of those, and I put those inside the mini zip bag, and then those are going out, because my whole point in this was to be able to give my customers literally a scent peek of the fall and winter season. So I wanted to do a little bit of a variety in those, and so that's what I've done. I am mailing those out. I've got a handful already in the mail. Now for the mailing, I will say this, I think I posted this on my team page too. Instead of the showcase brochure, I actually used product lists, and that's simply because the product lists are lighter, and so it cut me down on the price of actually mailing. So it didn't cost me as much. So remember, whenever you're mailing, everything is based off of weight. So the heavier the items, the more expensive it's gonna be when it all comes out in the mail. So getting these mail outs done, hopefully we'll be able to literally put the brand new catalog in the hands of my customers. And then the rest of these I am simply handing out. So these are the ones that I'm going to be handing out to my friends, co-workers, and then, you know, whenever I happen to go out. Like I said, I always make up, you know, I spend the time, and it does take a little bit of time, but that's why I usually do it on a weekend. Just making up just big batches of samples, because now I don't have to sit here and go through all that each time. Now all I have to do is just kind of dig into my little bag here whenever I need to go hand some more out. So what I do if I'm out and about and maybe we go out to eat, or if you're at the bank, at the grocery store, we talk about this all the time, just handing out samples, right? You always want to make sure that your contact information is attached in some way or another, because what's going to happen? They're going to get this home, or they're going to carry it around with them, and they're going to instantly fall in love because it smells amazing. And then the next question they're going to be asking is, hey, how do I order more? So they need to know how to get a hold of you. So what I like to do with just the straight samples when I'm running around and handing them out, maybe with errands, is just staple this to one of my business cards and hand it out. So that's a really quick and easy way to do that. You can of course include it with a catalog or a product list. If somebody likes to hand out all of that and carry it around, by all means, do whatever you need to do. Just make sure your contact info is on it. Now, another piece of info when handing out samples like that is to try to get the contact information of the person that you're either talking to or you're giving the sample to. Not only because you can kind of build upon that relationship, that gives you the opportunity to then be able to add them to, if you have a Facebook fan page, if you have a VIP group, things like that. You can start incorporating them into your brand. So they are soon going to be getting your newsletter. You can put them into the contacts tab of your workstation, and everybody in there that you've got an email address for is going to automatically get that newsletter. The newsletter that Scentsy does for us, it automatically goes out on the first Wednesday of every month. So that's something really easy. And the way that I currently do it is because no matter where I'm at, I always have my phone. So what I like to do is when I'm handing a sample, or I'm talking to a person and then I'm giving them the sample or my business card or what have you, is I will just very quickly say, hey, do you mind if I text you or email you with some more information? Or if I'm not giving them like an actual product list or catalog and I'm just giving them the sample with my business card, it's a really good segue into saying, hey, I'd be happy to send you a digital copy of the new catalog. Is there an email that I could get from you, or would you rather I text you some information? Whichever's easier. And then that kind of opens up the door to, for one, kind of creating that relationship, but for two, to really find out what their best means of communication is. For some people, they prefer email. Some people may say, text me. Some people may say, I don't want to be contacted at all. And that's fine. That's no problem, right? Not everybody in the world is going to love Scentsy as much as we do, and that's okay. But for those who are piqued by the interest of getting that sample, or you may hear the story of, oh, I used to know somebody who sold Scentsy, but I lost contact, or they no longer sell. That really kind of helps you, again, to kind of get them back into the fold. And I love meeting those customers because I'm like, hey, that's awesome. So you're somewhat familiar. Oh my gosh, you are not going to believe what this new catalog looks like. I can't wait to send it to you. I will send it to you now, or I will send it to you as soon as I get home, whatever it is. That way you're able to add those people to your customer base and really start to build upon that. And then that gives you an opportunity to then come back and actually follow up with them. I love doing follow-ups, guys. I can't say it enough. I love follow-ups. They are the best. And being able to follow up with customers is key, because it is one of the main points in customer service. You want them to really be able to count on you. So when the new products are launching, like we have our new Scentsy Buddy that came out, cute. You're gonna love it. They're able to get the newest and greatest info from you, and they're very quickly going to begin to rely on you as their source of truth when it comes to all things Scentsy. Especially as we go into the holiday season. Guys, follow-ups during this point in the year is just a huge bonus to your business, because not only do you have people like me, I'm one of them, who loves to decorate during the fall and winter, but people love to be able to give others the gift of Scentsy. Not only is it a gift of Scentsy, but it's actually something that maybe is more of a thoughtful gift. That's how I like to refer to it when I'm talking to customers and giving gifts. Because, you know, anybody can go out to any store and go grab something, but when you're actually taking time to think about the person that you're shopping for and maybe buying a warmer that has a theme that maybe matches their kitchen decor or their living room or their home decor or what have you, you know, you're really kind of speaking to them on a more personal level and letting that person know that, hey, I remembered you when I thought of this. And it really goes a long way in the eyes of a customer. So being able to have those relationships in place and already built upon for the holiday months is really something to look forward to. So if you haven't already, start trying to think ahead. Because when do people usually start shopping for Christmas? Well, it's anytime starting in September, October. As we get closer into November and December, that's when you're gonna get like your last minute shoppers, right? So I always try to find ways to make it easier for my customers to shop. And I always use the way of, hey, don't forget the holidays are coming up. You wanna make sure that you've got gifts ready and on hand. So that is a really great thing to have. And speaking of that, one of the ways to be able to really get that point across is to talk to your customers about our bundles, right? So we've got our bundles of the scent circles or car bars or the Scentsy Fresh, the Laundry Love, the things like that, right? Those are things that they can go ahead and grab. And especially if we're talking like a 6-pack of scent circles, those are things that they can just have on hand and they can throw into holiday cards, give their postman, things like that. People really think about those things. And if they're not thinking about them, then you as their consultant, you're giving them great advice and you're really putting that idea into their minds, and it's really gonna inspire them to think of ways that they can give things during the holidays to those around them. I hope you guys have had an amazing success start to this brand new catalog. If not, that's okay. We're just in the first week. This is not a race, so it's okay if you haven't even started marketing yet. It's okay. You can start now. Start spreading the word. Start setting up some parties. If nobody is available for hosting, host your own party. Try and think of ways that you can get people involved, even if it's like more of an open house theme, or maybe you just want to have a party for the moms. Whatever it is, think of ways that you can create parties if you're not able to book them. Because guys, we are truly our biggest selling point, right? It's our passion that we share with others that really drives them back to Scentsy and helps them fall in love with the product. I mean, the product's fabulous. We happen to be the cherry on top when it comes to the product. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. I will talk to you guys next week, and next week we're gonna talk all about social media marketing. That's right, my favorite topic. So next week is gonna be more of a teaching, actual training. So we're gonna do some screen sharing, and I'm gonna be showing you some ways on my favorite tips on social media marketing. So make sure you're subscribing so you're not gonna miss any of that. Share this with your teams if you find it helpful. And to all of you, I will talk to you next week. Until then, peace, love, happiness. Bye.